Down south, where we are told that DMK Minister K.N. Nehru's supporters have gone on to vandalize DMK MP Trichy Siva's residence in Tiruchirappalli. Police have now been deployed outside Siva's residence to ensure that no untoward incident really takes place. All of this is coming in from Tamil Nadu, where one of the ruling minister's supporters have gone on to vandalize another DMK party leader's property. Let me take this across to my colleague Purnima, who is joining us with more details. Purnima, before you share the details, I'd also like to understand this is clear case of infighting within the DMK. How is the MK Starling dispensation planning to, go ahead and go about this?
Well, so far there's been no response from any of the top leaders. We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, the DMK distancing itself. While when we tried contacting Trichy Siva, the MP, there has been no response. We'll have to wait for a response from the DMK minister, as DMK minister K.N. Nehru, whose supporters had vandalized the property of DMK MP Trichy Siva. We'll have to wait for the response from both sides, and the DMK spokespeople distancing themselves from the incidents that panned out earlier today in Trichy district.
Right. Purnima, thank you so much for that information. In fact, Purnima, I'd like to also understand what really has happened in this particular case. We now have visuals also that we are playing for our viewers. This is a lot of people who have reached the spot, and I believe this is a CCTV image that we are playing out, and they are clearly damaging property, even the car, the vehicle that was owned by Trichy Siva. What really led to this? What is the background? Is there a lot of animosity between Mr. K.N. Nehru and Mr. Siva?
Well, today there was a government function organized by DMK Minister K.N. Nehru, and the convoy of the minister was passing, and that's when the supporters of DMK MP Trichy Siva waved those black flags when the minister's convoy was on its way to the venue, because the MP was not invited for the government event, and they were upset that the MP was not invited by K.N. Nehru, and therefore they waved black flags when the convoy was on its way to attend the event in Trichy. And following this, the supporters of K.N. Nehru had reached DMK Trichy MP Trichy Siva's residence, and they vandalized the property. There was a car that was parked inside. There were two-wheelers. Both were damaged, and the window of the residence was also damaged in the vandalism that broke out after black flags were waved at the minister. However, Trichy Siva was not at the residence when the incident took place. Those who were involved in vandalizing the property, they have been detained. So far, no response statement from the DMK on this.
Okay. All right. Purnima, thank you so much for all of that information. Let me bring in Mr. S.G. Surya, who's now joining us on the broadcast from the BJP. Mr. Surya, one minister of the DMK, another one is the MP. Both of them, clear case of infighting that is happening within the party. Your first words on the visuals that you see on screen.
Yes, sir. This is not the first time ever since DMK came to power for the last 2 years. There have been so many infightings. In fact, in Chennai, Madipakam, there was a murder of DMK functionaries by another functionary. So the situation is getting worse. In a public meeting attended by DMK MP Kanimozhi and other women leaders, some DMK local leaders misbehaved with a police constable, and that matter was buried under political pressure. So all these law and order issues are happening because people and even their own party members are not afraid of the police in Tamil Nadu, which is totally under the control of the ruling party. So I think this is only going to continue unless Chief Minister takes stock of the police and ensures proper law and order. Otherwise, there are so many such cases which can be expected.
Is there something that you're demanding of the DMK in Tamil Nadu, sir?
Yes, see, we also discussed about army jawan being killed by a DMK councillor. So the Chief Minister who holds the home portfolio should come out and at least talk about the deteriorating law and order situation. Our BJP President, Mr. Annamalai, has been repeatedly demanding the Chief Minister, who also holds the home portfolio, to come out and speak about the crimes that are increasing in the state on a daily basis. I think the state government should come out and give an open statement why the crime is increasing day by day in Tamil Nadu. It is not only by the DMK functionaries, but also an overall picture.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that, Mr. Surya. Let me also bring in Mr. Amarkai Narayanan of the Congress Party, who's joining us. Mr. Narayanan, thank you so much. Your first words on what you see happening. Members of the DMK clashing with one another. Their supporters have gone to one MP's residence and really, disrupted the property there. Clearly, a lot of answering that needs to be done by MK Stalin.
Well, absolutely correct. I don't think the problem is it's not something unique to the state of Tamil Nadu, but irrespective of what happens, any kind of violence should not be tolerated, irrespective of who it is from, where it is from, and it reflects on the state of the law and order, and Stalin has to take appropriate action immediately.
Absolutely. Thank
There's
you so
no
much.
ifs and buts
Right,
about it.
right. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Narayanan. Of course, this case of vandalism that has come to light from Tiruchirappalli, where the supporters of Mr. Siva waved black flags. This was the background to this incident at Nehru, at Mr. K. Nehru, when he'd come to the SBO colony to inaugurate a badminton court. Siva's supporters later staged the black flag protest for not inviting him to the inauguration of the badminton court. So a clear case of ego massaging here, which has led to this kind of vandalism, which is very bizarre coming out of the state like Tamil Nadu. Officials, including the Trichy collector, we are told, and also the corporation commissioner and others really attended that inauguration. However, just on the account of Mr. Siva not having been invited for the same, there was a retaliation in the wake of black flag protests against Mr. K. Nehru. And in turn, what has been done is that Mr. K. Nehru supporters have now reached Mr. Siva's residence, and there was proper vandalism that took place, all of which was caught on camera. Right now, what we're doing is leaving it at that, slipping into a very short break, coming right back.